Hello, my name is Guenette. I'm an incoming third-year nuclear engineering student, and this summer I've been working under Dr. Harvel on modeling radionuclide migration in concrete. During the decommissioning of a CANDU reactor, the major cost is disposing of reactor vault concrete. That cost is heavily dependent on its waste classifications. Some of the concrete will be low-level radioactive waste, which is costly to dispose of, and some of it can be treated like normal building concrete waste, which is less costly. Typically, the most radioactive waste will be the closest to the reactor core, but how deep that layer goes is uncertain. In addition, it may be beneficial to wait several years after shutdown to allow some of the activation products to decay, thereby lowering the radioactivity. However, waiting too long may allow radionuclides to migrate deeper into the concrete, increasing the amount of concrete radioactive waste. Therefore, it is important to understand the migration of particles inside concrete. My research is focused on radionuclide migration in reactor vault concrete. The main goal of the research was to determine whether migration plays a significant role in the maximum depth of radionuclides in the vault concrete. This was done by creating a simplified one-dimensional model based around ionic diffusion and advection. Diffusion is the movement of particles due to a concentration gradient, where particles in the higher concentration zone tend to migrate towards the lower concentration zone. So when a large number of particles get activated in concrete near the reactor core, they tend to migrate away from the core and therefore deeper into the concrete. Advection is the movement of particles being dragged by a flowing fluid. In the case of concrete, that fluid is typically water flowing through the pores and cracks. This flow can be caused by two different pressure gradients. Either an external pressure gradient, like having one wall encasing a vault of water, like most CANDU vaults, or a capillary action, where the fluid uses the pores and concretes and its surface tension to move into the concrete. Both mechanisms of transport, advection and diffusion, were modeled with some simplifying assumptions and using some numerical methods. Based on the results of the model, it would be wise to continue developing the model to gain more accurate and reliable results, as many of the assumptions were not strictly necessary but made the model simpler to make. In addition, migration of the nuclides over decades seems to play a significant role to the final depth of radioactive contamination of the concrete. Thank you for listening.